Hey everybody, it's Ian from UKeArtswork.info, this time with an FAQ that's come as a direct result of the playlist I did recently on entry into the UK legally for creatives, whether you're a visa national or a non-visa national. Check the playlist for that definition and also the differences, the four different ways, and the responsibilities of employers, etc. So these FAQs, I'll have to refer to my notes because there's a few of them, came as a result of that playlist and several phone calls and several emails. So this is to clarify. Okay, who is responsible for knowing what to do when you come into the UK to work? Mainly for creatives this, but basically it's you and the employer. So it's dual liability, you're both liable. And if you're working illegally and you get nicked, you get not arrested, well, you might be detained, then it's your responsibility and the employer's. Ignorance of that, not knowing, doesn't matter, it's irrelevant. Now, since those videos came out, I've been contacted by promoters as well. What's going to happen if blah, blah, blah? Well, no one's going to get caught. No one's going to check. Here's the deal. Since Brexit, this affects all people who are third country nationals, not UK nationals. Since Brexit, it stirred the pot. So this is what could happen soon. Border Force, otherwise known as the Immigration Force, UK Visas and Immigration, have a team of people that constantly check employers to make sure that they're employing people legally in the UK. They can come to your premises and check whether or not the people employed in your restaurant, in your factory, on your farm, at your gig, whether it be a festival or a venue, they can come and check. Now, basically, they can come and say to anybody working there, show me your passport. What does that mean? You're in a work environment. The only way you can be in the UK on these work routes, the two most effective routes, the certificate of sponsorship and permitted paid engagement, means that you will have a stamp in your passport saying one or the other. You have to. You can't just come in and not have your passport stamped and not either have permitted paid engagement on your passport or sponsored certificate of sponsorship. So they look in your passport, nothing there. How are you in the country working? Given the UK government's current stance on illegal working and immigration, it's quite possible in the future, in the not too distant future, that there will be immigration border force officials checking venues, gigs, festivals, clubs. And if they can see that the band in question or the artists in question are obviously from the EU, for example, might be a target. I'm not saying it is, but it's an easy target, isn't it, for UK immigration? Okay, what else? I was talking to an American guy a couple of days ago, a musician. I'm not going to mention his name, of course. He said, well, I'm living in Europe. I've been coming in and out of the UK for years, just working as a drummer. Yeah, well, you've been coming in illegally because you're a third country national and they would have required a route into the UK to work legally. Why weren't they caught? No passport checks as such. No checks as you're coming in and out of Schengen area into the UK. That's all changed. So you've got a double jeopardy here, actually on the border if you're stopped, and you should always report to immigration anyway if you're coming into the UK to work instead of going through the automated passport gates with the scanner. Basically, it means that it's increased the likelihood you will be checked if you're a non-visa national living in the EU or, coming from another place. So this American who still retained American citizenship, having been living in the EU, in and out for the last 15 years, and I had to tell him, I'm sorry, mate, you've actually been working illegally, which is not a good idea. So what happens if the person is a part-time musician? I was asked this by a festival promoter the other day. Do they need some form of work visa permit? Yeah, they do. They really do. Because once checked, it doesn't matter if they're part-time or not. It really doesn't. It sounds like a silly question, but people are obviously confused and worried about this. So please make it easy. What else? Oh yeah, two other things. I was asked about, well, I've been coming in and out of the country and I've got a certificate of sponsorship, or I am eligible for a permitted paid engagement. No passport stamp, no good. You have to make sure you get your passport stamped for the reasons I've just described. Even if you have a certificate of sponsorship and you don't get your passport stamped, it's not been activated and therefore you have entered the country illegally. You're not as likely to get fined, etc., but you will be asked to leave the country if you're caught. So please, guys, please take care in all of this. There are promoter liabilities, there are worker liabilities, musicians, creatives, whatever. Keep an eye on it, be safe, take care. It's not difficult, any of this, really. It just means a lot more admin, or a bit more admin, realistically. I've been a UK registered sponsor for, I think, about 15 years. I've been doing this for years and years for non-visa nationals. Obviously, EU citizens are now included in needing either a permitted paid engagement or a certificate of sponsorship. So I'm doing lots of certificates at the moment. It's gone nuts. But the point is, please be aware of your liabilities and please be aware that you need to follow the procedures that either your sponsor tells you or somebody advising you, for example, coming in on a PPE. One other thing. I'm coming in to play a permit-free festival. There's a list on the government website and I'm just coming in to do that. Yeah, fine. You can't do anything else. You can only work on that festival unless you come in on one of the two routes that I've mentioned. There is a full a full creative visa now, which lasts for a year. That's relevant to a small number of people. You can apply for that, no problem at all. But that's a different thing and it's a pre-applied for visa for up to a year. So there you go. I think that's it. I'm just looking at my notes. Yeah, that's about it for now. So stay safe, stay well, stay happy. Here's to hoping we get to a more peaceful world very, very soon. And I mean the world, let alone the situation at the moment in Europe. Please have a good weekend. It's now Friday, so I'm going to sign off for now. There'll be more videos coming up soon, and you take care of yourselves. Sorry, it's actually quite a long video, this, but it's important to get this point across. Really important. Stay safe, stay legal, stay well. Bye for now. Ta-da.